Hey, CC family. This is Chit with Tea. Welcome back. Grab your tea because tonight we're covering everything from rumors and shade to one of the biggest legal showdowns happening right now. Let's get into it.
I'm deep in the glorified screens. It's a party inside. Sometimes you need solutions, and sometimes it's just a ride in good chat therapy.
All right, y'all. Let's get started with something light.
She's
Okay.
amazing. So, yeah. I mean, just to be up on that platform.
So let's get started with something light. So, all right. So the internet's been swamping and talking about Ashante being pregnant, and we've been hearing the whole thing. Well, honey, Ashante shut that down real quick. Let's get into it. Okay. All right.
She's amazing. So, yeah. I mean, just to be up on that platform with Ashanti, I appreciate that. You know,
Did y'all talk after that?
No.
Okay.
No. She got a baby.
Yeah.
She pregnant again.
Yes.
Woo, congratulations. Great.
Have you ever felt pressure?
So yes, you just heard, and that was Miss Keisha Cole. Okay, all right. Keisha Cole was on the Breakfast Club, and she just spoke on Ashanti saying she was pregnant. So let's get into some of the details. It said, looks like she lost a lot of weight. Ashanti fans do double take at new photos weeks after Keisha Cole claimed Ashanti was pregnant with her and Nelly's second child. Okay, let's get into it. So 2 weeks after the singer claimed or came on the Breakfast Club that Ashanti was pregnant, fans were calling Cap. Ashanti, who is an R&B singer, herself recently hit the stage for 2025 BET Awards, physically didn't appear to be pregnant, leaving fans confused about where the rumor came from. Unfortunately, because Cole talked about it on the radio station, she took the hit. That's how stuff gets started, right? So I just played the recording. I'm gonna go back and play it again. It's real quick. What Keisha Cole said on the radio station. Let's go back real quick one more time. Hold on a second. Let's go back. Well, I'm gonna try to go back. Okay.
She's amazing. So, yeah. I mean, just to be up on that platform with Ashanti, I appreciate that. You know,
Did y'all talk after that?
No.
Okay.
No. She got a baby.
Yeah.
She pregnant again.
Yes.
Woo, congratulations. Great.
Have you ever felt pressure?
So yeah, there it is. You heard it, and so let's keep going. So yeah, anyway, that's how it came about. That's how Keisha Cole ended up being taking the grunt for the whole thing about her Ashanti being pregnant with her second child, allegedly, right? But you heard what was said, okay? And so yeah, so anyway, her fans, Ashanti's fans, came at her kind of sideways, talking about this, that, and the third. And I mean, some of them even call her a liar. So I was like, whoa. But anyway, so let's get into a few more details, okay? So on May 29th, she chatted it up with the Breakfast Club. So you just heard a little bit of a snippet of what was said. Let's keep going more into what we know. Okay. So, debunking the rumors, Cole said, that's too bad. I hate that. But I mean, shout out to Ashanti because I mean, she's amazing. I mean, just to be up on the platform with Ashanti, I appreciate that. So that's again Keisha Cole. That's her speaking. Those are her words. Okay. And then after revealing that they haven't spoke since the event, Cole tried to lighten the mood by saying that she got a baby. She was pregnant. Later in the interview, the TBC host Lauren Lawrence revisited Cole saying that Ashante was having another child. Cole, who has 2 sons herself, looked confused and said, "Oh, I thought that's what they said." DJ Envy, another host, responded, "No, you just broke that." Cole said, "I didn't break anything. I saw this on the internet." The 43-year-old said later, "I thought they said it." And that's how rumors get started. She thought they said it. And you know what? The crazy part about it is, I thought they said it as well. So I know they came down on Keisha Cole about that, and I like Keisha Cole, okay? But nevertheless, I heard the same thing she heard. I thought Ashante was pregnant as well. But of course, I don't believe anything until it actually happens, especially when it comes to celebrity news and all the things, because we only know what they want us to know, allow us to know. But nevertheless, I thought she was pregnant too. But clearly, you can see Ashante is not pregnant. You see her in her outfit; she is absolutely snatched. So therefore, she is not pregnant. So we're going to keep going a little bit because the article does provide information on where the rumor came from. And I was like, well, who said it? Because I'm telling you, I heard the same thing she heard. Or what, I read it somewhere, heard it somewhere. But you can see she's all snatched up in her leather jacket with a waist belt snatching in her midriff. Okay, keep going. All right. So let's keep going. So one person on X said, "Well, Ashante Duff ain't pregnant with this body censure in." Keisha Cole lied yet again. And unfortunately, like I said, they call her a liar, but honestly, she was saying what she heard. Someone else added, "Ashante does not look like she's pregnant again. She looks snatched." They laughed. Was that a rumor? Well, girl, I guess it was. So we're gonna keep going, okay? And there's a little bit more information here I want to get to. I thought that was noteworthy. So on the lipstick alley, a fourth person wrote, "She looks good. Looks like she lost a lot of weight. It looks really good on her, but it's not necessarily Cole's fault. She was just repeating the news that she heard or what she read." So again, I've already said that. So there it is. That's how that thing happens. Things get out, hearsay, but that's kind of what it is. All right. So yeah. All righty. All right. Speaking of the controlling the narrative, guess who we are getting ready to talk about next? Our girl, Queen Latifah. So we're gonna mosey on over there just a second. Let's get over to the next topic. And okay, hold on just a second. Uh-oh, just a second. We're going way too fast. Okay. So before we go further, we're going to talk about Miss Queen Latifah. And Queen Latifah is controlling the narrative, okay, by giving us a rare glimpse into her private world. And y'all know Queen Latifah is extremely private. We don't know much about her personal life ever. I haven't heard any scandals, anything. But nevertheless, she decided to share a little bit of it, and we decided to watch. So let's get into a little bit of what Queen Latifah has to say. Okay, all right. So yeah, she's gonna start talking, and I only took a little bit of a clip of what she's saying, okay? And just wait for it, okay? Here we go.
Friends over, family over, pool full of kids and lots of food and just a relaxing day at home. Just everybody taking it easy.
When you come back here, does it feel like home? Like when you land back in New York, are you like,
yes,
I'm back?
Immediately my pace quickens.
Yeah.
So whatever chilling I was doing, I was like, nope. So I pick up the pace immediately. And the energy is like immediate. Like New York is just immediate energy, which feels great, every time. And you just feel like you stepped into a place where people, think differently. They're creative on every level, where you can become whoever you want to be. This.
So yeah, that's our girl Queen Latifah. I just took a little bit of a clip. I didn't want to get into too much. So nevertheless, Queen Latifah decided to come and share a little bit of her family. And she wanted to share her cutie pie there. His name is Rebel. I couldn't resist. I had to share because she decided to share. Okay. So nevertheless, he's so cute. His name is Rebel, and they were at a basketball game, and so she decided to show a picture of her family. And I thought he was too adorable. Isn't he cute? He's so cute. But yeah, I thought that was pretty cool that she decided to share that with us. Okay. And right now we're going through, we're being a little bit nosy now. What else does she have to say about her? Mostly what she's talking about, I can tell you, right, I've already reviewed everything. So basically, she's just kind of sharing that she wanted a family and how important it was to have a family. So she had Rebel, her and her wife, they had Rebel together. But she's also talking about adopting children, and she says that she just wants to be able to give back to someone and give them a happy home, a happy family. So I believe she's talking about adopting, and she just said that also it didn't matter if it was a baby, a teenager, or whatever. She was open to adopting. UNITY. I love it. Okay. So anyway, happy cheers to Miss Queen Latifah. I hadn't seen her in a while, but she looks great as usual. Beautiful, beautiful skin. Okay. And she goes and says, I'm a late bloomer. I'm a late bloomer with a lot of things. And nobody's perfect. So yeah. But nevertheless, sounds like she's living a good life. She's already shared that. And it's all about, for her, it sounds like it's just about family. Okay. All right. But not everybody is protecting peace because Neil Long, she's out here throwing shade. Let's talk about it. Okay. So let's get into Miss Neil Long, who's out here throwing shade. So Neil Long had the internet buzzing with her comments that clearly seemed aimed at Ime Udoka's mistress. And if you don't know who Ime Udoka is, I'm getting ready to tell you, okay? And honestly, who can blame her? That kind of betrayal is hard to stay quiet about. So let's get into it. By the way, Ime Udoka is well, they never got married, so it's her youngest son's dad. And he's a NBA basketball coach. Okay, and it was a whole thing. So let's get into it and we'll see what's going on with our girl, Miss Nia Long. So this is what broke the internet. She had this to say, and this is what had people, popping and speculating and all the things. She said, as in Nia Long, too much attention from a side chick makes a midlife crisis man think he's a king. Easy Tiger is just a paper hat from the kids' table. So I was like, "Ooh!" So yeah, that's what Leah Long had to say, and let's get into the response of what she said. And a lot of people didn't take kindly what she said. Some people said she was bitter. She sounds bitter. Neil Long's cryptic side chick post has internet speculating she's shading Ime Udoka 3 years after scandal. But y'all, listen, that scandal from 3 years ago was a whole thing. I don't know if you were around, if you know anything about it, but it was a thing. It went on for months, and they ran and drug her name through the mud because I think they dated for over 10 years, and they weren't married. And people were like, why? Why did she stay with him so long? And then there's a whole bunch of things. And he ended up cheating with one of the employees, as in female, with the Celtics, and then he got put on probation. And then on top of that, I think they eventually let him go. But then he's a good coach, though. Besides all the stuff going on in his personal life, he's actually a very good coach. I did check his records, and he's on point on that. But he did get picked up, so I think it was the Rockets. Now, fans don't come for me. I think it's the Rockets. I think it was the Rockets. He coaches for now, but he got a sweet deal, if I'm not mistaken. He's moved on with his life. But right now, what we're talking about is why did she make a comment on him? 3 years later. So some people, like I said, some people say she's bitter. Another person said she needs to get over it, seemingly under the belief that Udoka inspired the memes repost. A third person suggests that Ime Udoka moved on. And I'm sure she has as well. And I don't know why she really responded with this. It is kind of different. I don't know why she did it, but people are speculating that she's bitter. So 3 years ago, the couple of 13 years, see, 13 years, was plastered in the headlines when the news broke of Udoka's alleged romantic relationship with a female member of the Celtic organization. Let's keep moving. I already shared that with you. And then they go on to tell a little bit here. Neil Long and Ima Udoka have reportedly reached a child support settlement for the 12-year-old son after ending their relationship. Neil Long will receive $32,500 a month. Okay, Udoka's monthly disposable income of $465,804, and there's that. Okay, so she got paid. Okay, but yeah, he makes the money, so nevertheless, so does she. So there's that. But yeah, so the bottom line is, or the question on the table is she bitter? Or, you know what? I thought about it. Is she really bitter? Or maybe could they possibly just be friends and she's just messing with him? You know what I'm saying? Like coming on making comments. Some people are, they become friends after people break up. So it's a possibility. I think so. Now, I'm not really 100% sure, but it could be that she's just messing with him, like kind of teasing him online. But a lot of people seem to think she's bitter. I don't necessarily think either way because I don't really know, but it was a strange post. But we don't know their true relationship. We only know what they show us, right? Right. So we only know what they show us online. Let's see. Anything else we need to know about this before we move on to the next thing? Okay, let's see. I pulled a little bit more. Anything else we need to know? Oh yeah. Oh, this was interesting right here. Is they posted a song. Someone posted this song and kind of, you know, not donated, but said it was a Neil Long. I guess she was in the video. I can't necessarily play it. I'm sorry, but you can check that out. It was interesting. I did watch it, but I can't play it. Sorry, y'all. Copyright. So moving on. Moving on. Moving on. Keep going. And anything else to know about Miss Neil Long? But yeah, but Nia Long, she looks really good. She's still really, really pretty. She's always been a pretty woman. And I imagine Nia Long is probably dating and everything. I can't imagine she's sitting around waiting on this man. I can't even imagine. Okay. Long as yet to publicly confirm a romance through the 90s, Dream Girl was rumored to be eyeing a number of suitors from what is that? Oh, Omarion to Oscar winner Kevin Costner. Okay, well there's that. I bet she's dating. I bet she is. All right, so let's get on before we go to the next. All right, let's see what we got next. All right, so let's take a sip break. Drop your thoughts in the chat, or anything like that. I'm going to take a quick break and I'll be right back. Okay, all right. Okay, be right back. In just a second. All right. Okie dokie. Hold tight. Be right back. Okay. Just a second. Oh.
You've been trying to cater to all the needs. You've been feeling guilty for so long. Baby, they're not friends, they are enemies. Don't you tell them yes, tell them get lost. Cause every time you go and ask for help, they say sorry, but I'm busy. So you end up doing it yourself. Hold up, baby, don't take it. It ain't friendship if they just fake it. You don't need to put up with their bullshit. Tell them no, 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 no. Hold up, baby, don't stress it. It ain't worth it and you won't miss it. You don't need to put up with their bullshit. Tell them no, 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 no. They don't have respect for your boundaries. Girl, you hit too close to the edge now. Only thing they got is toxicity. Think you need a cleanse, clear the out. You got the bags, but they ain't got yours. You've done 감고서 아무런 생각도 하지 말고 저 깊은 곳으로 뛰어들어 볼까 아주 잠시 눈을 감고 하나 둘 숨을 머금고 붉게 물든 일거리를 찾는 맘 가는 대로 훌쩍 다른 vibe 조금씩 다가오는 맘을 따라 맘 가는 대로 let's ride 날 끝없는 butterfly 연기라는 vibe 끝없는 이 밤 위로 fly high 아무 걱정 말고 let's dive 이 밤을 향해 red and vibe come on 둘만 아는 곳으로
Okay, y'all, welcome back. Told you I'd be right back. So we're back at it. Okay, let's get back at it. Okay, so we're gonna move on to the next. Now, the next section is a little bit more serious. Okay, it's about our girl Lisa Cook, and I wanted to get into this. I thought it was noteworthy. Okay. All right. If you didn't know,
Trump says that he is
before we get started, she's going to give us some details. But Lisa Cook works as a Federal Reserve governor, and apparently number 47 let her go or fired her, however you want to put it. And so we're going to get into this because, again, I thought it was noteworthy to understand what's going on. Okay. All right.
firing Federal Reserve Governor Lisa Cook. He posted an official White House letter addressed to Cook on Truth Social. And the White House told Cook in that she was removed because there was, quote, sufficient reason to believe that she, meaning Cook, may have made false statements on one or more mortgage agreements. Trump previously threatened to fire Cook if she didn't resign over the mortgage fraud allegations. And just last week, Cook, who was appointed by Biden, said she had no intention of stepping down.
Few moments ago, Federal Reserve Board.
And I say kudos to her for that, for standing up. She felt like she didn't do anything wrong because honestly, she hadn't even been actually charged with anything, and she was let go for whatever reason. So we're going to get into her responding to him letting her go, which I thought again was noteworthy. So let's get into her response and see what she did. Okay, all right.
Board Governor Lisa Cook this morning has sued President Trump, seeking to block his unprecedented move to fire her. The suit, filed in federal court, also names Fed Chair Jerome Powell and the Board of Governors itself as defendants. Simone Sanders Townsend and John Heilman will bring you back into the conversation. Simone, man, this is a bold move, but perhaps the only move.
Very true. You know, look, I think what is important here, from Lisa Cook to the CDC director, Susan Menares, they are standing their ground and actually fighting here. And lots has been made about why Lisa Cook did not come out immediately and deny the allegations. Well, I think she is speaking through her lawyers here in court. And I was very struck by the part of the introduction in this lawsuit where Lisa Cook, through her lawyers, underscores that these are baseless, unsubstantiated allegations put out on by a social media posting. And that is what the president is basing his ability to fire her over. She underscores that these documents were submitted prior to her confirmation to the Federal Board of Governors as a part of her confirmation process. So the idea, I think the subtext there, the idea that there is something untoward that no one would have caught on a highly contested nomination where the Vice President of the United States at the time, Kamala Harris, had to literally come and break the tie to have her confirmed. I do think that this is an important piece here. The last thing I will note is she is seeking immediate, what she calls declaratory and injunctive relief to confirm her status as a member of the Board of Governors. The Fed put out a statement Monday after the president's statement or his tweet or his post went out. And the Fed Board of Governors, they did not defend Lisa Cook. They said, we're going to let this play out in court, and through the court is where she will confirm her ability to serve. And I think that's why you see Lisa Cook not only naming the president of the United States, but every member of the Fed Board of Governors, and Jerome Powell specifically, because he has been very clear in defending himself against attacks against the president. But when it came to defending Lisa Cook, mom was kind of the word.
Yeah, and John Heilman, this suit is not just about Lisa Cook. It's about the entire sanctity, independence of the Fed, is it not?
I think it's about more than that, even, Mika, and Simone is surely right about the tactics in play here. We have known that she was going to file this lawsuit. She not only is filing this lawsuit, but she has Abby Lowell, who is a fearless attorney and one of the best super lawyers in the D.C. bar in terms of litigating matters like this on her side. I think it's about more than just the independence of the Fed, Mika. It's also about the principle of due process, because everything that Simone said is true in the sense that these accusations were leveled on social media against this member of the board, this member of the Fed Board of Governors, but they are just allegations. There is Donald Trump is basing his claim here on the notion whether they're meritorious or not meritorious. She has not been tried. She has not been convicted. There has been no process that suggests that she's engaged in any malfeasance. So I think she's defending more than just the independence of the Federal Reserve Board, which is crucial to the functioning of the American economy. She's also highlighting a point here that is pervasively being abused throughout the Trump 2.0 era, which is the total disregard for due process, whether that relates to people like Kilmar Abreu Garcia, people who are being picked up on the street and shipped off to foreign prisons without any due process, or whether it's in this case where Donald Trump is essentially asserting that this woman is guilty of something before she has been charged, tried, or convicted of a single thing. That is a giant problem that extends even beyond the rather large purview of the Fed.
Absolutely. John Hellman and Simone Sanders Townsend, thank you both. Simone, we'll be watching the weeknight at 7 p.m. right here.
So yeah, I think it's important to what they addressed. I think the biggest thing that stood out for me, besides the fact that she was losing, trying to fire her, losing her job, but the fact that there was no due process. Like she wasn't actually charged with anything. Like you just like empty your desk, you're out of here. And not only that, he did it over social media. And so but I am proud of her because she's fighting back. She's standing up for herself. She has a great attorney and she's standing up to the administration to say, hey, this wasn't right and I didn't do anything. And another note is that also Biden actually appointed her. So that I'm sure that has a lot to do with it. But I thought it was noteworthy, okay, because she's standing up. We got a lot going on right now. Doesn't matter which side you're on, but should be on the side of right. And she deserves at least due process, as in meaning go through the process. Did she really do it? All the things, the proof. But right now, it's just, So the question on the table for this is like, is this more of a power thing or like what is this? But anyway, also before we go on, I wanted to share. There was a question, and I don't know if I didn't show in this video. The question was, can she do the job? Is she qualified to do the job? Well, I wanted to pull up some things about Miss Lisa Cook, okay, just to show that she's clearly probably overqualified to do the job. It just says she's an American economist who was sworn in as a member of the Federal Reserve Board of Governors in 2022. She is the first Black woman to sit on the board. Before her appointment to the Federal Reserve Board, she was elected in January 2022 to the Board of Directors of the Federal Reserve Bank of Chicago. So I'm not going to go on every little thing she's done, but as you can clearly see, she's definitely qualified to do the job. And looks like in 2022, Biden appointed her to serve as Federal Reserve Governor. And they normally serve I think they said like 14 years or so easily. They normally give them like 14 years, considering their position. So she's definitely qualified to do the position. That's the part I just wanted to take note of. But nevertheless, it goes down again. What is this about? What is the true intent here? What is the motive? And we kind of know what it is. I think motive is basically it. Your president can appoint. The president can appoint who he wants to appoint. So it sounds like he's just trying to make sure they're his people. And I don't believe it's fair to her, but that's what it sounds like they're trying to do. Okay. But anyway, I thought it was noteworthy, and we're going to watch this and follow it and see what happens. Okay. But good for her for standing up for herself. I love that. Love that. But anyway, we're just gonna do a wrap up real quick. So here we're gonna wrap it up real quick and talk about what we've already talked about. So let's go into it. From the beginning, we started out with our girl. Well, we didn't start. Hold on a second. Who did we start? First, we started out with Ashante. Okay. Ashante, well, maybe not in that order, but we talked about Ashante and how she's actually not pregnant and how the rumors and everything show that they were saying that she was pregnant. And again, like I said before, I'm not going to lie, y'all. I thought she was pregnant too. Like I swear I saw that somewhere, but it's amazing how rumors get started. But I showed you how clearly she is straight up snatched. Okay. She looks fabulous. I doubt it very seriously she's snatched. I mean, she's pregnant. So then we kind of talked about that. We talked about girl, Queen Latifah. Okay. I won't start singing UNITY. I won't do it to y'all. I won't start singing. Every time I see Latifah, that's what I want to sing. All right. If you know, you know. Okay. I probably dated myself. If you know, you know. But nevertheless, I kind of shared on, she kind of shared a little bit of her family. You know, Queen Latifah has been very private all these years. You never hear anything about her private life. We only hear about what she does as far as her movies and shows and all that. You never hear anything about her actual private life. So she decided to come out and share some of her family time with her, and she took her son to an NBA basketball game. His name is Rebel. Cute as a pie. Check it out. Moving on, we also talked about our girl Neil Long. I don't know what she's doing, but she sent out a message about Ume Udoka. It looked a bit shady. Okay, it looked a bit shady. And she was throwing shade. Now, some people, again, like I said it before, are saying, hey, she's bitter. But my question really is she really bitter, or was it like a, because sometimes you have like inside jokes with people, because she just been posting that and have like inside joke. Well, I think it's a possibility it was an inside joke with Ime Udoka, because remember, this is they were together for like 13 years and they have a son together. It's possible. I mean, she could be dating and we don't even know who she's dating. Again, we only know what they share and what they share online and all the things, and so we only know what we know. Anyway, that is the end of what I wanted to talk about. Let me know what you think. Like down in the comment section, if it's a replay, be sure to say hi. Let me know where you're from, all the things. But I will be back with another one. It's been an absolute pleasure. Okay. I actually enjoy doing this. So let me know if there's anything you want me to talk about. I do try to keep this a little bit shorter than usual. I don't want to do like hour lives. People tend to get bored like an hour long. No, I'm not doing all that unless you want me to. But most people I think like it around 30, 35 minutes. So that's what I'm doing. I'm catering to my people. That's what I've been told. Okay. That's what I've been told. All right, y'all. Y'all have a good night, good morning, good day. As I always say, we can't change the one else, we can change ourselves. Focus on the things you can control and not on things you can't. I'll be back with another one, y'all. Take care. Bye bye. And let me find my outro as usual.